What's going on, guys? Russo Trades here. JD's here with me again today. Say what's up to him. Go check out his YouTube if you want to be a high ticket sales agent. We're gonna get into a daily review, and I'll let JD say something right now. Say what's up if he's
What's going on?
there. You go. So today I've been waiting for this all week. Like Sunday night, I was like, okay, Monday and Tuesday probably not gonna be the greatest. We still had some okay trades. Um, but I knew Wednesday and I know Thursday and Friday, which is tomorrow and then the day after, will be amazing because we have red folder news. We have ICT's protocols for these red folder days, and those are the days that you really want to be trading. Um, so this morning, look what we have. I mean, if you're trading this, I mean, we'll go straight from the beginning. I won't skip over anything. So I mean, we did have these inverses here. Like if this last one broke and you took it here, okay, you could have caught a small play there. So that buy was okay. There was a little buy right here. Let me take everything off the screen. There was a this gap. Okay, so this was not bad. I seen this and I was like, this is very bearish to me. The only reason I even took it was because we had this huge order block, which is an up candle sandwiched in between two bearish candles. So we had an order block and an inverse. I'm gonna make a video about that, how order blocks and inverses together make your trade even more high probability, and you should have more confidence in them hitting. Um, I also seen all this right here, all this liquidity here. I was like, okay, we're gonna run it. And so I took
Right.
that down to the lows.
Oh, Brian, question.
Yeah,
So if you look down where it's kind of consolidating, it looks like
here.
it looks like there was an order block for bulls and then an order block for bears.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Honestly, they don't matter down here because we're so far down here. I would only look for this. This inverse, I actually was on the phone with Yomar when it happened and he took it and I told him to take it. I was on the phone with him. I was like, this is the only thing that matters to me. All this shit in here, I was like, Yomar, do not take this trade. Do not take it. Wait till it inverses. And so I told him, wait till this inverses. When this inverses, he's like, whoa. And honestly, like, yeah, none of it matters if we're not inversing something or if, like, to me, if I'm in here and I'm JD and I'm looking at price, none of this matters because we're still stuck inside this fair value gap. Once we inversed it, what happened? We took off. We came and we rejected there. You know why? Because we hit 50% of the range. We hit 50% and we rejected. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, depending on if your bias is correct. So yeah, it doesn't matter in that aspect, but when it's like this and when it's combined with an inverse, after we swept liquidity here. We also had an SMT here. So let me type that in. We had an SMT with YM or with ES, which is the S&P 500. I'll make that big so you guys can see it. So we had a bearish SMT. I'll write that in there. Bearish SMT. I kept my eyes tuned to that bearish SMT with ES. So I was already like, okay, we swept this high. We have a bearish SMT. We got a bearish order block with an inverse, and we have nice liquidity here. This is going down. So that was a textbook trade if you saw that in live time. Um,
Wouldn't
the
that be,
five,
I was just gonna ask,
what
wouldn't that be bullish if it's two green candles and then a black candle?
here? No, because it never it never actually formed the order block. The order block forms when we close above the down close candle. So for this to be a bullish order block, we would have to close above that bearish candle, the candle body, not the wick. So if the body closed above, it would become a bullish order block, but it didn't. So now we have a failed bullish order block and we created um a true bearish order block. So does that answer your question? We have to close below it. So here we close below the fair value gap and we close below the order block. So it doesn't become an order block until it closes below. I'll talk more about it later because we actually took an order block trade here at the end of the day. Um, so that was a nice trade, that short. I actually wanted to show a trade before that I seen. I was on the phone with JD. But I didn't take it because I didn't see it. I was actually at work and I was busy. I just couldn't take it. So the inverse was here. This was before market opened. It inversed right here on this candle. You probably can't tell that it inversed, but it definitely inversed. It inversed the fair value gap. And what did we have here? we had equal highs, perfect equal highs too. So when you see this, this is like just as textbook as it gets. So I'm gonna type that in there, equal highs, which is buy side liquidity at this time, and then we continued up to the external highs. So now we took most of buy side liquidity. I'm like, okay, I'm looking for shorts now. I didn't get to take this play. Oh, that was also a bullish order block there. Um, that became a bullish order block when we closed above this down close candle. So there's a down close candle. We closed above it. It becomes an order block, a bullish order block right there. So that was more confirmation that we were going to go up to the high, and this candle wicked up to the high, took liquidity, and boom. And then that's where we got that 2 minute order block inverse entry. But that was just at the beginning of the day. I wasn't even planning on taking any trades this morning. I was like, I'm gonna follow the protocol and listen to what ICT says. But when you see stuff like this, as this textbook, you're like, come on, why am I not gonna take this? This was also textbook too. I was very light in this when I was on the phone with Yomar. I literally had a couple micros here. So that was nice. Then we got another nice inverse here. This one you would have had to go to the 2 minute, or not even the 2 minute. There's still too many there. So we probably maybe the 4 minute here look clean. Yep, the 4 minute looks clean. Or maybe it's the 5 minute. Let's see if the 5 minute looks better. Okay, so the 5 minute looks better here. We had this delivery from here. We inverse this. And so you would have entered on this candle and you would have targeted some of these lows here. Me personally, this is the first low I see. So I would have targeted this and took some partials, and then I would have left the rest for this AM low, but it never hit. Obviously, there was an SMT at the lows. There was a lot of SMTs today. So the market was kind of not hitting the full take profit like it should have, but this was still a good trade. If it went from here 66 to here was 56, you caught 10 points there, and you could have scaled. Say your trade to break even. I'll delete all that so it's not messy no more. Um, so that was nice. I'll go over some 1 minute ones. I didn't really watch the market here during the day because I was working, but in the afternoon I definitely had my eyes on the market because I was on lunch break and the day was pretty much over. So I mean, none of this was nice to me. Like it was just ugly. Like this was so ugly. I guess there were some trades in here. Like if you came here, you could have taken this inverse because it was a singular inverse. There was no other fair value gaps in this leg, so you would have entered here and you would have took profit here at buy side liquidity or the internal high, and you could have tried to target external, which was this big wick up here, but obviously it never hit because it was not the right time to trade. We're not supposed to trade before news, so that was okay. That inverse. There was another inverse here. Nice. It was okay. There's another one here. Nice. None of them you can see though are really playing out to the full take profit. Like we're just coming to internal liquidity and reversing. The full take profit would have been this low down here, but that's because um we had no bias. We didn't know which way the news was gonna go, so we shouldn't have been trading anyways. When you see a big fair value gap like this get inverse, you know you're gonna go up here, and we had equal highs up here. I don't like when they're side by side, but it is still equal highs, so it is a good liquidity pool. Gonna also make a video on that. The best liquidity pools and the only liquidity pools I use so I can keep it super simple for you guys so you know where to target, where to look in the market, where are good areas to look for. But okay, so now with this whole AM price action, this is why ICT says stay out the market. We got that out of the way. We know. Let's listen to ICT. He has a protocol for NFP, FOMC, CPI, all these things. He has a protocol for. So then news came out and we created this bullish fair value gap. I'm not gonna lie, with this momentum, I put in a micro. I have all the screenshots on my phone. I gotta figure out how to get the screenshots from all the trades today onto the computer. I might just have to send them on Telegram in here in a little bit. But I took like a micro there. I sent it in the group chat. I took it to this high and I just kept marking out highs. I'm like, we're so bullish here. All these highs are gonna get ran. Maybe not all of them get ran, but you know what I mean. We're gonna take most of the liquidity. So we ended up running those two highs and that was nice. Made a lot with micros there. Um, then at the end of the day, we seen this BPR. We're like, okay, if this breaks, we're gone. And guess what? When it broke, what happened? We were fucking gone. People got short entries off of there. We didn't really get a short there. We did take this short. Me and JD took this short right here. We took it down to this unbalanced fair value gap, and I got out, and I think JD did too, I believe. This long was nice right here. If you've seen it, I'll change the color because my screen's starting to get a mess. There was another long right here, a bullish one, so that was nice. Um, when we got up here, I don't know what I was doing when we got up here. We took this long up here. I didn't hold to the 4 hour target, but I held to the 1 hour target. Um, I don't really see a lot. Oh, this was to the four. This was the to the 4 hour target. So this was the play to the 4 hour target right here or right here. Either one of these was the inverse to the 4 hour target. As you can see, it eventually hit. You ended up getting even more entries here. So this is what we call this is another order block inverse. We inversed it. We put in an order block. We went straight to our liquidity. I didn't really take too many shorts because the market didn't want to show me it was bearish. But as soon as it gave me a short entry, we took a short. Like we took shorts, we took longs. Like it didn't really matter. At the end of the day, we did what we got to do. We've been killing the markets. ICT stuff is incredible. I know I talk about him like a fanboy, like I'm promoting him, but it's really changing my life in real time and people's around me life in real time. So I just yeah, put the work in with the right information, like you can do things that you don't even believe are real, and I'm starting to it's just amazing what you can really do. So yeah, that's all I gotta say really. If JD has any questions, we can get into it.
Ah,
Yeah, today
bull-
was amazing.
Bulls or Bears?
Today we were Bulls.
No, no, no. Next. Bulls or Bears?
Tomorrow. Good, JD. Thank you for that. Tomorrow we're gonna do a little outlook for tomorrow. Sorry, JD, I cut you off. This 1 hour fair value gap is going to tell us everything that we need to know for the entire rest of the week, or at least for tomorrow and Friday. If we inverse this, we're going to go to all-time highs. But if we reject this and we get a short setup, some type of short setup or some type of retracement to balance out this one, like I'll take a short too. I don't care. I just want to see how we react out of here. I'll be sleeping during Asia and London session, but when I wake up tomorrow morning, I want to see what happens to this 1 hour fair value gap. I really pray that we don't inverse it and go to all-time highs overnight. I've seen that happen before where Asia and London just ruined the New York session traders and the move happens overnight, but it is what it is. We'll see where we're at in the morning, but keep an eye out for this 1 hour fair value gap and this 1 hour fair value gap. Those are my two very obvious conditions on if I'm going to be bullish or bearish on the higher time frame. But as you guys know how I trade, I don't really need a bias. I try to find a bias, but if I don't have a bias for the day, I'm going to scalp intraday liquidity and I'm just going to scalp intraday, just literally what it is. So that's really it. No, nothing else after that, honestly. Oh, I will say this. This liquidity right here, so textbook. Because when I drop down to the 5 minute, look at it. Look at all of this liquidity. Like, come on. This is gonna eventually get ran at some point.
I have a
A-
question actually regarding liquidity.
Yeah.
Um, so by liquidity, you mean like the stop losses in that case?
Oh, exactly. So above old highs and above old swing lows, people put their stop losses above old swing highs and old swing lows. So their stop orders there and we're targeting them. So all these highs, just like here, we have a bunch of highs here. So we have a high here. We have we have a high here. We have a high here.
I just
And we have a
realized,
high here.
you ever see those trader videos, bro? Where those like the funny Instagram ones where
Yeah.
where you
It, yeah. They're
where,
they're
where,
laughing. They're looking at the candle and they're like,
right where it's like they have a trade and their take profits here or their stop losses here and their take profits here, and so the market just goes, this is the stop loss, Pew! And then one candle later, pew! Takes out the
and
take
they're
profit.
like,
And they just lost everything. Yeah, yeah. They're like, oh, and it's like upside down. Yeah, that's crazy.
so
Market is
that's literally what it is. The market is they're targeting retail traders. I know there's a lot of people who trade retail and The information we know from ICT, he's not supposed to tell us this stuff that he knows. Whether you guys believe it or not, it works. I see it with my own eyes. I'm experiencing it right now. But this information like this before he came, there was no information like this. It was just trade a trend line, trade a moving average, trade RSI. Like, but the stuff he's given us, this is really how the markets move. Like this liquidity thing, these fair value gaps that get respected all the time. Like people just got to do their research. But anyways, there's a bunch of stop losses above these highs. So guess what? What happened when news came out? We just completely obliterated it. And guess what happened before news came out though? We did a stop run on the lows by a tick. That's how algorithmic the market is. We did a stop run on the lows, all these lows here. There's one, two, three, four, five, six, even more lows in there. There's like 7 lows in here. So there was hundreds of thousand people's stop losses here. Got stopped out by a tick. The news came and bloop, like it doesn't get more ICT than that. Like that's literally what ICT teaches us. And the news didn't give us an entry, but we swept liquidity. We got an inverse. Like you should expect this news candle to just blast up to this high here, this LRLR, low resistance liquidity run. And that's what this was a low resistance liquidity run.
Do you think they had it in mind to take the fucking 4 hour highs today with the news?
Um, definitely. They definitely. That's why the past what this is Friday's high. This is
Uh-huh.
Wednesday's high. This is Thursday's. They've been engineering this shit for how long? They've been engineering this since last Friday. They've been okay, let's get people short, 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 short,
Look at that
and
trend.
boom. Yeah, boom.
Oh, and
Uh,
there's an inverse there. Well, no, there's not.
yeah, there is. I mean, a little baby one, but it worked. If you trade 4 hour inverses, but
Mhm.
um,
Would have been nice
I
and
never,
three.
huh?
I mean, 300 points isn't bad for 20.
Hell no, that shit went 300 points. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Imagine
But
you put a buy-in by accident yesterday on like just your own personal funds, and your account doubled. Like, oh wow,
I've seen some people do that before in Discords where they're like, yo, this is my first day. I got a 3K personal account. I just doubled it like in this one trade. Like, whoa.
that should make you.
It happens a lot. But then guess what? They lose that whole thing because they got to go through that. They got to go through that.
Yeah.
The last thing I will say is I'm gonna be teaching a lot of stuff on the channel, and I'm gonna have a back to basics series that I started yesterday. So I'm gonna be going over everything that I know that I learned from ICT and Dodgy. And if you don't know it, not you, JD, the audience, if you guys don't know it, either watch my videos every single second, or watch Dodgy's videos every single second, or ICT's videos every single second. Every time when I started learning Dodgy, Dodgy told me in the very beginning, he kept texting me because I kept texting him with questions. And you know what he would say back to me every time? You just got to do more studying, bro. You just got to do more studying, bro. He would always say the same thing. Give it more time, screen time, screen time, screen time, and you got to do more studying. And that's what he kept telling me over and over. I'd be like, what the fuck? He's a fucking asshole. But he was fucking right. That's no one is gonna fucking do this shit for you. So I'm trying to do the best I can, help everybody out, but it's not easy. Yeah, put the work in and it'll pay off. So
Shout out to Dodgy.
yeah, shout out to Dodgy. Dodgy's the man. ICT, those two right there, amazing. So
Yeah,
thankful.
Dodgy, he's getting back to you. You know, he's giving you gems. It's true.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, one thing is to give you a fish. He said, here's how to use the fishing line.
He taught me how to be a fisher. A fisher, yeah.
Fisherman.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
I guess we'll end it there. If we pretty much went over everything today for the daily review, but yeah, it was solid day. I expect Thursday and Friday to be the same way. We have news coming Thursday, Friday. Price action should be great. Either gonna hit all-time highs or we're gonna hit this right here. I'll show you one more time. We have here we have London lows, we have Asia lows, and we have previous days lows. So we
Oh
got a
man,
lot of lows here.
that dump would be insane.
Yeah, we might just get a short out
I
of
think
this one out.
I think we might hit those all-time highs because they're so close compared to those lows. All-time
Depends how
highs? I don't know.
It depends what we do with what we do in this. If we inverse it, we go.
Yeah, those candles haven't slowed down at all.
And it's
Look at that.
FOMC.
Bro, that's literally 270. It's literally 300 fucking picks, bro.
Yeah, 300 points. Insane.
You know, and
Insane.
since in the last 12 hours. So,
Yep. I think yeah, we'll just keep an eye on that. But yeah, I'm done here. I have nothing left to say. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the love, the support. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.
there you guys.